Hey fam, today is the last day. I do have time, but we're going to do a full face as we've been doing. City Beauty Lip Oil. And some of y'all like, girl, we know that. We're going to do our entire face again. We're just going to knock it out. And I apologize for the lighting because I know it's creating quite a bit of shades with the lights on in the back, and I did not open the window shade to have more light coming from that way. But we're going to be using Natasha Denona Circo Loco. Y'all know I love these palettes. So this will be our 33rd look with this, and I did have it before. Her palettes, they do start to turn on me in about 2.5 years or so, and the PAO is 24 months, which is 2 years, and so I do get quite a bit of life out of the Natasha Denonas, and it's because I have sensitive skin. Because I know people who they're like, I had such and such Natasha palette for like 6 years. So it just depends on how your skin is set up and if it can tolerate certain things. But if I could keep hers that length of time, I really would. I'm gonna go ahead and do the intro. Hello again and welcome. My name is Dion. I call this the Crazy Troll Nation of YouTube. The crazy, why do I call it that? The crazy, knowing it's okay to be your authentic self in a world where people will tell you who and how you should be. The troll part is not caring too much about the beauty community standards. You set the standard for yourself. Try not to feel like you need to use a certain brand, a certain tool, or a certain technique. Use whatever you want to, however you want to get your makeup on in a way that you are satisfied with it. Here at the Crazy Troll Nation, we believe in self-acceptance and self-love, embracing your natural features, enhancing them if you want to, when you want to, but never feeling like you have to. Love yourself for who you are and for how you look, even when you're not wearing face paint. So that's what we stand for here. That's what the Crazy Troll Nation is. I hope it resonates with you. If you've been hearing it, thank you for being around as long as you have been. If you have been around for a while, I hope that it has become one of your daily affirmations. Just to love yourself, period. Because us trolls are amazing. And 2 things about me. Sometimes I curse because sometimes I curse. And the other thing is there's an organism named Bruce that lives right here who likes to hiccup, gurgle, and belch in videos, and in particular in live streams. And that's because I tend to, guzzle stuff down and scarf stuff down right before I start my live streams. But I did just have breakfast. What's weird is that I remember saying the day here starts, breakfast is 7:30. I don't even eat 3 meals a day at home, but here I really do. And I don't know if it's because I'm up more and I'm doing more things, but I don't feel like I'm overeating. Or I'm looking at my brows. They are not in the same place. And it's like I don't feel like I'm overeating, but I'm always kind of like, wow, like I am like really eating 3 meals a day here. And I always do. And it's just strange because I don't do that at home. But then also, I sleep until I'm rested. Get up. And so, but anyway, so that is that. I need to get off my brows because I just made that part a whole lot thicker than the other side. We're going to try to breeze. Well, we're not going to try to breeze. We're going to breeze through the look. The brows take me the longest. And ironically, in live streams, I do my brows fairly quickly. So this is strange that there is a difference between how long it takes to do my brows live versus here. And so y'all know we're going to breeze through the face. So that'll be good. So City Beauty Brightening Eye Cream. Yeah, there's that hard piece again that I need to throw away because it dries up in the nozzle. And when it comes out, it's just like a stiff, just dried up cream. For that purpose, I don't know if I would repurchase that, but I do enjoy having like additional under eye moisture before I do my eye look and put on concealer and all of that. And I do have a Beauty Bio thing that's waiting patiently to be used at my station. that's not open yet. And so, will I be excited to be home? Yes. The beds here are comfortable, but y'all know there's nothing like your own your own bed. Or even when I'm like couch riding, like my sofa is so freaking comfortable. Sometimes I do unexpectedly fall asleep on my sofa, and I'm just like, oh, okay. To my surprise, I did schedule lives for, well, you have seen it and you'll know, for Monday and Tuesday, because I'm counting on getting back to my regular sleep cycle. And so I don't have anything planned during the day, which I usually don't because I'm sleeping during the day. And so, okay, 1.5 pumps of the Milk Hydro Grip Face Primer. I love this primer. And for everyone who was saying the Power Dip from e.l.f. was a dupe for this, dupes are never dupes for me. This is, oh, where are we at? It looks like we're down to here. Actually, it looks like down to here. Wow. It looks like it's like down here. I'm excited about that. I opened this October 5th, 2025. And I have another note. Hi, my name is Dion. I'm a label whore. It says I finished the last one in 6 months. So I do. You know what? This is getting low because I had to pump it 3 times. And usually pumping it once is enough. I kind of wish that this was an empty to not take back home because I'm excited about having the other empties that I am tossing here. I just like finishing up stuff. And I do always finish up eyeliners, the pencil ones. Lip liners, if I keep them that long, because sometimes, you know, I'll be like, okay, I'm just tired of this one. Or like now I want some more of the MAC lip pencils because I really like it. And the lip pencils I have, excuse me, at home at my station, they're still good. But if I do get the MAC one, then I'm going to ditch these. Well, the ones at home, I mean. And so I'm still rethinking that. And then MAC does have different colors than the ones I already have. I purchased their Caviar, which is the black one, because y'all know I love a black lip. And I just wanted to try the formula. Because I'm always going to use a black lip liner and black lipstick, black shadow base. So I purchased that to just try it. Because back in the day, a lot of people raved about the MAC lip liners. And for whatever reason, I just didn't use them. And even now, I don't always line my lips, but I am. I have too much on here. But I am more so now getting into lining my lips. Even though I don't necessarily need to because I use liquid lipsticks and they don't move. So, I don't know. And then I usually end up putting the liquid lipstick on top of the lip liner. So it's like, why'd you put that there? I don't know. This is Natasha Denona NY12. We used the NY11 under our eyes. I think, you know what? I'm going to call it for this too because I am scraping and the PAO was January 12th, so I have had this. The PAO was, 12 months. And so January 12th was the PAO. And it is running low. So we're going to call it for this one too. And also, because I can see the space in here, like these where I'm trying to scrape. This time of year, or because I get zero sun and I'm like negative any sort of tan from the sun, like this looks good right now. By the time I powder down though, it doesn't even look like I put it on. And so I'm like, so why do I keep doing this? Because I wanted to use it up. But we're going to call it. This will be our 5th empty. So the Fenty Brow Pencil we used up. The City Beauty Nighttime Lip Oil we used up. This is going to be the last use for this one because this is getting drier, so I know it's near the end. So wait, 1, 2, 3. So that, am I counting right? The pencil. Okay, I don't know. And this will be the last time for this. Y'all, I am still half asleep. So I don't know why I'm trying to like figure this stuff out, but I am excited though because I do like finishing stuff. We're going to use This did dry overnight. I was so excited, and I thought to just use it today, but then I'm like, will it fit in the Ziploc bag that I have for it? We're going to use this one as well. And because these took a while to dry, but then I know I'm not going to wash them before I leave because I don't want to package up wet wet brushes. And I do want to use powder puffs more because I have a bunch, because Janessa has sent me quite a few bags because she has sold them at they were on a good deal at Five Below, and they were less than $5. And so she had asked if I would use some. I'm like, yeah, I'll use some. I didn't think it was going to be that. She sent me like 6 bags and they're like big bags. I'm just like, so at my station at home, I have started using well, I've been using the same one because I've been washing it, but I do want to start using puffs for powder because it does seem to make a difference pressing it in, and it's not as much in the air, so I feel like I'm not wasting as much. And so it is something to it. It is definitely something to it. I'm just tapping what I can from in the lid back into the container, so when I turn the lid upside down, I put it on the container, it won't end up on my pants or my shirt or the desk that I am sitting at. I feel like I'm in slow motion today, like I really do. And if I am dragging, like, forgive me. We're going to, y'all, we used almost everything, and I have been making a point to do that, like doubling up with stuff. But we're going to use the Fox palette today, and I am excited about that. I'm going to use this. I really liked using this with these, but I know I'm not going to keep this at my station because I have to store it flat, and y'all know I store my brushes, excuse me, standing up. How did we, we're going to use this brush because I can, like, this is, well, maybe, let me see. All right, y'all, I'm indecisive, I apologize. Oh, I have foundation on the desk, and I'm glad I seen it before I put my elbow in it. So this is the bronzer, Bronze Fusion. So we're just going to do this, and then we're going to put this on. And we're going to do that. I have not been watching any news because either I'm in, doing a panel discussion, or like now when there's a break, I'll do my face, or, just lay down. And I don't necessarily fall asleep, but just resting. Sometimes I do. Well, I usually feel better when I get up from even just resting. Yo, that is nice. So we're gonna do it again. Do it up here. Tap. Do there. We're gonna slide it. Slide it. Thank you, those of you who do watch my videos from beginning to end. I do really appreciate it. And I'm that way. If I put on a video, I'm gonna watch the whole thing, or at least run it, because Crazy Troll Nation is a multitasking bunch. And so just to sit still and watch, videos is just like, so that means other stuff is just not gonna get done. Like, stuff still needs to get done. But I do, when I watch, when I'm eating lunch or dinner, I will just sit and watch it because I'm being still eating. This is Amethyst Haze. We're going to just swipe it on the side. Is that going to help? Yeah, I definitely need a smaller brush for this one. But it is, yeah, that's pretty. Duh, girl, that's why you use it. This just is not the proper brush for this. What brush did I use before? I don't even remember. And we used it, yesterday. And we used this one with the Swan palette. Because I'm just like, what brush did I use for the Hourglass palette yesterday? Because this is taking a while. We're going to go into this shade, which is Canyon Heat. And we're going to put that here. So we have the first one here, and this one we're going to put right here. I really love the gradient. I had a thought when I was packing makeup to come here to bring the Made by Mitchell stuff that Janessa sent me. But then I'm like, that's going to take some thought because they're cream products, and I can't just, well, I could just toss it on, but is it going to look like, yo, this is pretty. Oh, man. We're going to take the third blush in here. This one is Lucid Glow, and we're going to use this as a blush light. So just on the top edge of the blush, just right here, because we are going to use the highlighter in here as well. So we're just going to look at that little bit of sheen, shine. This is pretty. I hate that I love them. We're going to take Solar Glow, and we are going to walk it, because we're going to do this, which I shouldn't, because yesterday I was trying to tone down the highlighter from on my forehead. But this one is really nice. This one is not as bright, I guess is the word, as the one in Swan. Like that looks to me just like a healthy glow. I really like this one, Solar Glow. I know, I'm like, what? And this is Desert Light. This is a finishing powder. So we're going to just put this everywhere on our face. And I do like this under my eyes as well, because it doesn't change what my under eye looks like. Dim light I don't put under eyes, because it makes my under eye look darker because of the tone of it against my complexion and undertone. So this is taking a little bit longer because of the brush I'm using for it. And so this will be it for this. And we'll move on. Whew, oh no, we're not done. Luminous light. I'm gonna take this too, and we're gonna do this because we're gonna put this all over as well. And you're like, girl, you just put a powder all over your face. I know. This gives an additional glow. Like this, like look at this. Excuse me. And I like that both of these, and I think the other one I have at home, each of them has 3 blushes in them, which is great. So there's a lot of variety. What are we gonna do? We did not use the primer spray, so that's something we did not use. Excuse me. Oh, hiccup in the belch, go girl. This one doesn't spray straight. I mean, still a fine mist as you saw, but if I'm right here, it kind of sprays toward that side, and I keep forgetting. So that's why I do extra sprays. Where are we at? 17 minutes. I think we're at our regular time for what we're doing. Alright, this brush. Alright, so we're gonna use this for the last time. I'm excited. I received another quote, or request for a quote, but I haven't had time to look at it, so I don't know what kind of party it is. And that particular website, the requests for quotes I receive were always for parties, which is not a problem. But I'm, still learning like what does what, like what website is good to advertise for this or for that, and they do differ, which is really cool. And so it's not like, oh, I'm advertising on, 3 different websites and they all are geared towards the same thing. But this one, it seems to be, excuse me if you saw that, I just spit. This one seems to be for parties, which is fine, but I need to sit and read it. And it tells you when you get the email, usually the first one that replies gets it. That's not true. I think it comes down to budget for some. And there is a minimum, for me, for groups and for parties. Groundwork paint pot as usual. And so even if it's an hour, my minimum is more than an hour. And I did that because even if I'm traveling somewhere, I don't want to be on the road more than I'm actually there working, you know what I mean? Even though driving there is part of the work. But, so I do feel like it's that as far as what my quotes are. But it is interesting. So even though I'm doing the thing, it's still learning too, which is good. All right, circle. Y'all, you know what? I didn't do, damn it, I didn't do my inner rims or my lower lash line. But I need to get something on my lids before this starts to dry. Y'all saw me get ready to stick the wrong end of this in my inner corner. So what are we going to just put on just to have something so that it doesn't dry up on me? Or crease on me, I should say. I'm going to take this brush. I'm not going to bother about the number because these came in a set. All of these came in a set. And I'm sure from Ulta. What are we going to take? Yeah, I don't really want to do that. That makes me. I'm going to take this orange up here, this matte orange. This is Firework. And we're going to just tap it in the crease. The first time I had this, I didn't use this one much, or this one. They show up the same. This is a metallic, but they don't show up much. But having learned different things and layering and using them maybe as blend out shades, which I don't intentionally use a shadow to blend out another shadow. And I know that is a big thing for some people, where if there's a dark purple, like how this is dark purple, they'll be like, oh, I wish it was a light purple in here, you know, to blend this out. And I used to think that was strange. But then I'm like, a lot of people do that. So I'm strange because I don't usually use a shadow to blend out another shadow. And there is something to that too. It does look nice. So I'm not knocking it. It's just, you know, do your makeup how you want to do your makeup. All right, so we're going to leave that there for now, and we're going to do our inner rims and lower lash line, and we're going to use both of our hung bango. We're doing our live stream tomorrow night. We're going to put the blue, which is personal preference, on our inner rims. We are going to do an unpack with me tomorrow to show y'all everything that I did use while I was here. And I'm going to double that because when I scheduled the lives, I forgot that I had PR from Prime Pro Medics to try. So we're going to do that as well. And so the unpacking will more so just be keeping me company while I'm putting stuff away as I take it out of my makeup travel bag. And then we'll do that. Cause I'm curious, because you'll have seen that way before this, but they have concealer pencils. And I only remember using a concealer pencil one time, and I think it was like a YSL one, and you had to click it up. This one is like a pencil, and so I'm curious about that, because even for eyeliners that I use for my inner rims, and not that that would be on my inner rims, I tend to not like the ones you have to sharpen, because once I was sharpened it, like, it's never the same, and I can feel it dragging and scratching, you know, my inner rims or my lower lash line. So I am curious to see. And she told me to, this one is one eye at a time. She did tell me to let her know what shades that I liked, and she would send me more of those. And she said she sent me all the dark shades, and they're not really dark unless they show up darker than they look. And so I had already asked, you know, someone if they would like the ones that are too dark for me. But then when I got them and I looked at them, I'm like, these aren't really dark. But we'll see when we put it on. And I do hope that I like it. But I appreciate when she said, because I had asked her if she wanted me to send her the video when I do the try on, first impressions, all of that stuff, and she said it wasn't necessary, but if I wanted to, just let her know like which shades match me. So I was like, oh, okay, I'll do that. And so what are we going to go into now? We're going to take this little brush, and ooh, part of me is like, just be fun and colorful and use this entire middle row. I did a collab years and years ago, and my row was the top row, the second person did the middle row, and the other person did the bottom row. But I don't think I've ever done just the middle row. But let's do it. This shade is, excuse me, Grin. I love this shade. It has a green tint to it. This is just a pretty shade. I really like this palette. I really like this palette. And now that I'm looking at it, I'm thinking of how similar is it to my MAC Trolls Just Want to Have Fun palette. But the formulas are different, and so they show up different. But as far as the color story, I'm looking at this like, that kind of looks like it might be that one. Let me leave that there. We might use the same brush for the rest. No, we're going to take this brush and we're going to go into Canon, this shade, and we're going to put that next to here. Oh man, y'all. Yeah, so this row is causing me to think of the Trolls Just Want to Have Fun palette. And the other one, I think I called it Nap Time or something, but when I looked at what I titled it, it's Time for a Nap or something like this. So the party palette, you know, it's a party palette, and then after that we need a nap. And so that's how I came up with the name for that palette. Now, you know what, I think I called it It's Time to Chill. I think that's what I called it. Well, what I had on paper that I called it. All right, I'm trying to go fast because I feel like I'm dragging. And I do have time to just like chill out, but then I'm like, am I going to feel rested when I get up again? You know what I mean? So I decided just to stay up and then just take my time with packing instead of just trying to, you know, cram stuff in the bag. It's pretty, so we're going to put that down. We're going to take this brush and we're going to go into Flip. Yo, this palette is so much fun. This palette is fun. I can say with a more dense brush, this would show up more and a little bit darker, particularly this shade. And I need to remember I put that, I put Firework under there too. And so this is not, well, on the lid it is sticking to the primer and the base, but in my crease it is not. This is pretty. This is pretty. Do you have Circo Loco? Michelle in Makeup, if you see this, I'm thinking of you right now, because one of the other videos I did, she was like, I need to pull out my Circo Loco. And then not long after that, she did do a video using Circo Loco, and the looks was nice. The look was really nice. And so sometimes it is a reminder, especially if we have a lot. I'm down to 41 palettes, y'all, and I feel so good about that. But if you have a lot of palettes, it's like, yeah, that's a pretty look. I need to pull that out again. And so that was really cool. So we're gonna overlap here a little bit over the orange, which was Canon. This is pretty. That's nice. I think we're gonna use this same brush. No, we're not. We're going to take this one. It has a slant to it, but is that gonna make it too wide? I don't know. So now we're going to go into electric. Oh, y'all, what palette do you have? I feel like I said palette funny. What palette do you have that when you see it and use it, you're just like, oh man, I love this palette? What palette is that for you? And I have a couple of them. This one, Bald Witch, the Yucca palette from Natasha Denona. But this one for sure, like, oh man. So what palette is it for you in your stash that you're like, yeah, that's it, that's the one that you get extra excited to use? Because hopefully you do like all of your palettes, but like, which one is it that you're like, yeah, Nina, yeah. This is definitely it for me. Do they look the same? We're going to pretend they do. We're going to put that brush down. We're going to take, looking for this one that we use for that shade. We're going to, I need a smaller brush for this, but we're going to use this one. If I put too large of a if I use too large of a brush, this one is crumbly. Why are you crumbly? If I put this on a wide space, yeah, it looks a little dusty. And so we are going to put something directly under our brow, so that'll help that to not look dusty. This shade, look at this shade. Like, why is it crumbly? Why? And when I tapped it off the first time, like hardly any color showed up. Maybe I had to dig in it because when I first put it over here, I didn't even really see the color. And when I went back in, I didn't even tap off. And this time I didn't tap off. So yeah, this is looking a little dusty. Oh, yeah, a little dusty. All right, so we're gonna put that down. We're going to, I need another, we're gonna wipe this brush off. This is the one we use for that inner lid shade. This is a lot of colors that's pretty. So I see the gold green, I see, well, the yellow green, and then like the bronze gold. I do see the green. Then we have the blue and the pale blue up there. So what we're going to take, this shade, which is Snow Cone. And so just with the tip of the brush, we're going to put that under the brow. Oh, damn. Whoa. A lot of people, when this first came out, they were like, they don't need both of these shades. But if you look at them, this one has a blue tint to it. That's why it's up here, right? This one has a purple tint to it, and look where it is. And so they do, on me anyway, show up different. Whereas sometimes similar shades show up similar. But look at that. And that did dull down. Well, not dull down because it's a bright shade, but it does overlap Fun to Mime, and so it's not looking really dusty. Now it's that bright strip of light. Oh, I just love that, y'all. I love it. So lower lash line, I don't have a brush for lower lash line. We're gonna use that same brush. So we're gonna wipe that off again on our microfiber cloth down here. We're gonna use, oh shoot. We're going to, I'm going to take Razzle Dazzle, and we're going to put that on the first half of, oh, wow, my lower lash line. Also, I didn't want to take a nap because my eyes are very teary here, more so than at home, and I'm thinking it might just be the circulated air or whatever, because that look I did yesterday, it teared so bad, like even how the shadow starts to like run under here. Yeah, I was looking a little cray-cray. And so I was thinking, okay, if I do take like a 30-minute nap, is that going to happen again? Because all through breakfast, like my eyes teared for over an hour this morning. And not that it matters because I have glasses on, and then the day is the last day, then I'll be in my SUV going home. That, ouch, my joints have been popping lately. I do like how this is looking though. I'm going to wipe that off. We're going to take Act, this shade. So if we use 5, 6, 7, 8, that'll be 8 shades that we use out of this palette. I don't know why I always do that, like say like how many shades I use in a palette. I really don't know why. Because it really doesn't matter. It might just be one of my idiosyncrasies. One of those little strange things that I always do. And it may just be because I want stuff to be used. And so when I use a lot of shades in a palette, even if I don't plan to, like there's some satisfaction in that. And then there's some palettes, like the Makeup by Mario, Ethereal Eyes Moonlight, I might just use like the black shade. And I did start incorporating that in my count, like whether I use 1 shade or 4. If I use the palette, I use the palette. And so it could be misleading in a way if I'm not doing a complete look with that palette, but in my mind, it's like at least I'm using it. And it took me time to get to that mindset because I would be like, how are you using? You only use like 2 shades or 1 shade. But we're gonna take this brush, we're gonna wipe it off. This had Canon on it because it feels like this is getting wet in here from tearing. All right, let's take some of Grin because it is wet right here. So we're just gonna press. And we're gonna do the same thing on this side because we did the other side. All right, so this is the eye look, y'all. This is colorful, it is pretty. So put that over there because we used it. We're gonna go ahead, oh, upper lash line. So what we have not used is the yellow and the red. So do I wanna use both of them? Put the yellow on the first half, or do it backward. Put the red on the first half. But you know what, the yellow will show up against that. And then we're gonna put the red over here. Ooh, but if I do it opposite, that would be unexpected. Yeah, let's do that. Let's have some fun. Let's have some fun. Do I need to put Dora line in it? Yeah. Yeah. This right here, this area right here is feeling sensitive. And I'm thinking maybe I was rubbing my eyes too much or something. I'm not sure. Okay, we put 1 drop of Dora line in there. So I don't know. Probably just rubbing too aggressively. We're gonna put this halfway. The one I used yesterday, y'all, it was a lot of transfer up here. That green that I used. And I didn't realize it till like after the fact. And when I eat, I do take off my glasses because my glasses help me see distance. And I want to see my food. Keep hitting this mirror. If I keep moving you, I apologize. And when I hear people say, oh, I need to put my glasses on so I can read this, I take my glasses off to read because I don't have a problem seeing close. I have a problem seeing distance. And there is this misconception that, you know, you're going to need reading glasses as you get older or whatever. And for me, like, I'm like, no. And when I used to wear contacts, do I want to still try to use, let me wipe this off. We're going to use this same brush. I'm wiping it off, which means I'm permanently coloring this microfiber cloth. We're going to put a drop of inline here. When I'm wearing my contacts, I put on reading glasses to read because, again, my contacts help me see distance. But just in general, if I'm trying to read something, they're like, oh, you need to put your glasses on. I said, if I put them on, I really wouldn't be able to read it because they help me see distance. And I say that quite a bit because there is this misconception that, you know, you're going to need glasses to read. I used to get annoyed by it, but I'm like, you know what? That's just what it is. We're going to overlap this red, but I don't want to take away the red. I like it. There is still some red on this brush, and you can't tell, but there's red in there as well. So we're just going to do a short wing today. It's a short one, a little one. That's all we're going to do. That is going to be it. It's a little short one. Do we want to make it pointy? This side is pointy. Yeah, so this is the eye look, y'all. So unpacking is going to be quick because we have used everything except the primer, spray, and dim light. Though we did use dim light, excuse me for that glare, that was in the palette, and we did not use this eyeliner, which is just smoking topaz. Everything else we used, y'all. So all of that makeup, all of that overpacking, we used all of that stuff. What? Part of me is like, do I want to really go ahead and wash the brushes? I don't want to transport them wet. And they are not going to dry in an hour. So this is going to be it for this mascara. So let me see if I can get it right. 1, the City Beauty Plumping Lip Oil. The nighttime, no, not the plumping one. The City Beauty Nighttime Lip Oil, number 1. Fenty Brow Pencil, number 2. Urban Decay Primer Potion, number 3. this mascara number 4, and the Natasha Denona NY12 number 5. So we have 5 empties. Well, not empties, but some are empties and some are you need to be done. That's amazing. And I'll probably forget to say that in the live stream. So for those of you who do watch my lives and my videos, you will see this in here. 5 products that are not coming home with me. And I am excited to get back to the Fenty Hella Thick Mascara. That's the one at my station that I have not opened yet, and it is still actually in the box. And so we'll be using that for a while. I don't like to have open more than 2 black mascaras because I want to make sure I'm using them up. And this has been the only one open for a while. And I think with that, the Hella Thick, I'm going to open up a Lancome Soul's Booster Mascara Primer with that, since I have it. Y'all, look at this. So that's going in the trash. That NY12 is going in the trash. Lip line. We did not use, that stays in the kit, Alien lip liner and white eyeliner. That we have not used from the kit. We have 2 lip combos that we have not used. 2 lip liners and 2 liquid lipsticks. And those would be Rock Biter from Notoriously Morbid and Marrakesh Lip Glazer from MAC. Do we want to do that? I kind of want to do a black, but this look though, I'm thinking Rock Biter, which is weird. No, we're going to do this one. So this is NYX Black Lips retractable, retractable lip liner. And this is Room from Notoriously Morbid. Do I want to though? Maybe we'll tap Rock Biter on top of it. That's what we're going to do. So then we'll just have this that we didn't use. Yeah, I'm really trying to use stuff, y'all. So we're going to line the lips with black lips. Yeah, I think that'll be a nice combo. Because Rock Biter, I didn't put what it's described as on there, because it was like a whole entire sentence. But it does look to at least be a dual chrome. This is feeling wet up here. Something transferred. Like, what is this? Like right here, I see a line that's now going. And so, let me know this too, y'all. On top of what palette is it for you that you're just always excited to use? So that's the first question. The second question is, when you pack makeup to go away, why else would you pack it, right? When you pack makeup, do you make a conscious effort to use it? Like how I'm like, I overpack, like this is just ridiculous. And we'll have used everything except this spray, this eyeliner, and this lip liner out of all that stuff. And it is a conscious effort. It really was a conscious effort. But do you make a conscious effort? And I did have a thought today to not even do my face, because I'm like, I could really just take a nap, because I don't need to be like down. Like there's like over an hour until the next thing for me to be a part of down there. And then I'm like, are my eyes going to keep tearing too much, or just don't do a look and just rest? And then y'all know me, makeup wins usually. And I was like, girl, you took all that stuff, you gotta use it. We're at 44 minutes. Okay, so we're gonna close this up. Are you almost done? This is it for this, but it doesn't want to go down. That's what happened. And so that's why I was like, why are you not turning down? Yeah, so I have to push it for it to go down. So this is almost done too, y'all. Almost. Where did I put it? Rune. I think Rune is going to eat Rock Biter. But if you look at it, it does look like it has some green in there. What is it with me and everything looks like it's green in there? But we're gonna put on Rune. I do think Rune is gonna eat Rockbiter. Meaning I'll put it on and it won't look like how it looks in the tube. Being over a black lipstick. That's pretty. That is pretty. I'm coming over the line a little bit over here because this side is more fuller. It's more full than this side. My top lip anyway. Oh, that's nice. And for some reason, I like still seeing my lip line under here. I don't know why. And there are times I do cover it up though, like with the lipstick. But like having that line there, like it doesn't bother me at all. And I've had people say, I like when you overline your bottom lip line a little bit. And I'm sure it's because they're like, you shouldn't have that line there. But who's going to tell me I should not have that line there? You know what I mean? And this side, yeah, this whole side of my lip is more full than this side. All right, so what we're gonna take Rockbiter. I really like that we did the 2 colors rubber lash line. I did that one time before, and I liked it, but I haven't done it in a while. And I only did it the day to use it, but I like it. So we're going to. Oh, that's pretty. Oh, that's nice. This is nice. And you know what? It does have green in it. I'm trying to debate. I'm not trying to debate. I want to go to the MAC store. That is pretty. Wow, that's pretty. But then I'll have to see how I feel like when I get closer to home. You know what I mean? And I do have a doctor's appointment on the 1st, and so I'll be out on the 1st, and so do I want to go that day, which is going to be a long day because I have to get up early to usually go to the appointment. So, but I'll see how I feel when I get closer to home. So this is our look, y'all, and I'm really digging it. Very colorful, even with the eyeliner rubber lash line. My eyes are tearing downward because this shade is traveling. Yeah, so we're gonna go, y'all. Thank you for being here. Let me know again, what's the one palette for you that you are always super excited to use? And number 2, what was number 2? When you overpack, or if you think you overpack makeup, or just packing makeup in general, do you make it a point to actually use everything that you took? Or do you leave and come back and be like, I didn't use half of this stuff I had took to use? So let me know those 2 things. I would appreciate it because I love, chatting with you guys. But we're gonna go. So as always, self-acceptance, self-love, that is the Crazy Troll Nation way. Thank you, and you will see me soon.